Let's move on to a real hero, Rose McGowen. I called her a hero, that's right, because I fully believe she is, for standing up and speaking out in the environment that she lives in and works in. She's in Hollywood. She's a director. She was an actress. And she has been through the ringer and doesn't play by their rules and therefore is cast out. I mean, we saw this with Clint Eastwood. You know, it's Clint Eastwood, and slowly but surely he's being pushed further and further out because people don't want to play with anyone that doesn't go with the narrative. People who, Clint Eastwood called up Larry Elder and said, I wish you well. And it's like, that's awesome. Thank you, Clint, because that means a lot. So, but anyway, Rose McGowen. Wow. So she and Larry Elder had a announcement yesterday at a press conference, and Rose McGowen basically calls out Gavin Newsom's wife for trying to hush her up. What can we do to make this go away? To make you happy, I believe is the phrase that was used. And wow. Here's an article from MSN. Rose McGowen posts alleged email from Gavin Newsom's wife after governor disputes claims. Alleged. I mean, okay. Now it's MSN, right? And I watched her speech, and she snaps. I'm gonna play a couple clips. I might get in trouble. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You guys need to hear some of the things that she said. And she snaps, and she's calling out America. I guess she hasn't been in America for a couple years. She said, this is the first time I've been back in America for 2 years, something like that. Which I was like, oh, interesting. I didn't know where she was. She didn't announce it, but she said the first thing I noticed was the air in America was different. It was, I don't remember her exact wording on it, but it was thick, whatever it was. And she was talking, and then she's like, especially here in California. And it makes sense if you think about it. People are more divided now than since anyway in my lifetime, right? Because that's really all I can speak about is my life. In my life, never has it been more divided than we are right now. And she talks about it. She's like, it's crazy. What is going on? Anyway, so I'm kind of bouncing around. I want to stick to this, and I'll read this to you guys. While announcing she is no longer a Hollywood Democrat, the actress also accused ex-Governor Gavin Newsom's wife, Jennifer Seibel Newsom, of trying to silence her about Harvey Weinstein. Republican candidate Elder is attempting to unseat Newsom in a forthcoming election. The former Charmed star, who was a leading figure in the Me Too movement, made the accusation firstly on Thursday during an appearance on the political talk show The Rubin Report. She also elaborated her claims on a lengthy Twitter thread posted on September 12th. Yeah, I've got that thread, actually. Let's take a gander at it, shall we? I'd rather go right to the source, because MSN, I don't really like the way that they skew things. Here it is, right here. This is from Rose McGowan's Twitter. The Newsom-Weinstein Connection, Part 1. Jennifer Seibel Newsom's sister is married to a partner at Boies Schiller law firm, Joshua Irwin Schiller. Okay, so the connection begins. Okay, they're partners in a law firm. Jonathan D. Schiller's son, Joshua, is a partner at a law firm, same law firm that repped Harvey Weinstein. Joshua Schiller is Gavin Newsom's brother-in-law. It continues. I love it. They're so official here. Rose McGowan thinks Jennifer Seibel Newsom wants to speak with her about supporting women directors in Hollywood. And she actually talked about this. She was like, this is awesome. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking maybe this is going to be something that helps me, propel me, because obviously after being assaulted by Weinstein, this is I'm paraphrasing what she said. You know, she was, you know, she was cast out. So she was thinking this might be, you know, her entrance back into the fold, as it were. Well, little did she know. They agreed to meet. Rose sees through Jennifer's false gesture and leaves. Part 2 here, the connection. Jennifer Siebel Newsom married Gavin Newsom in 2008. In April 2017, Jennifer Siebel Newsom is connected to Rose McGowen to discuss with female-driven movie project. Rose McGowen and Jennifer Siebel Newsom are scheduled to meet June 29th, 2017. Rose sees Jennifer Newsom, I'm just going to skip her middle name, with Reese Witherspoon, and realizes Jen isn't going to be a true ally, and Rose leaves. Now, she actually, hold on, let me open this in a new page so you guys can see this. She posts all this stuff. These are from the emails, connecting them all. I saw you with Reese, didn't want to interrupt. So sorry, I should have emailed you to interrupt. I'll come back. She's like, I'm not having it. I don't feel, I can get that sense, right? Let's continue. Part 3. Shortly after Rose canceled meeting with Jennifer Newsom, Jennifer called Rose McGowen directly, a Harvey Weinstein sexual abuse victim, Rose McGowen, and asked, what could Boys Schiller do to make you happy? Wow. That is insane. She's basically summing these up here. And part 4, after Weinstein was exposed publicly, Jennifer Newsom got into a Weinstein's victims-only group. In the email, she admits to having made the phone call to Rose, but changes happy to heal. Can you spot the manipulation? Of course. Oh no, I meant to say I want to help you heal. I want to help you. No, they were tying up loose ends. And she talks about it in her speech before Larry Elder took stage. I mean, he was standing solemnly right next to her. And it's sad. But her attitude wasn't. She's a boss. She's resolved. She knows what she's getting into. She knows who she's going up against. And that's where the establishment comes in. Because she goes so much bigger than just talking about Gavin Newsom versus Larry Elder, which she endorsed Larry Elder for California governor. And I, in fact, also would love to see Larry Elder take that reign. I mean, he's only got a year before he... I'm not sure what he can do in a year, but I believe if he takes that seat and really holds true to his word, I mean, maybe he'll win it again next year, right? But I want to play this clip for you. Okay? This is from OAN. Hopefully they don't get upset that I play a 2-minute clip. And if they do, I might have to snip this out of today's episode. But you guys are watching live, and I need you guys to hear this. Because this is where she's calling out the people that aren't standing up. The people that are blind, that aren't doing their own research, that are just following the talking points of the people that are in front of them in their TV screens, on their cell phones, telling them, talk about seatbelts. Yeah. Talk about horse paste. Yeah, yeah. Talk about this. Talk about that. F all these people. You believe this. She's talking about those people. So clearly not any of you. Yeah, I need you guys to watch this. Hold on, I just want to make sure you guys can hear that. No, can you hear it? Okay, you guys can't hear it. Hold on. Keep in mind, this is my new studio. So I actually haven't Let me see if I can. No, I can't do it in a timely manner. But I can sum it up for you guys. She says, from what I remember, she calls the establishment gangrene on an otherwise amazing country. Why wouldn't you want to cut the rot off and run free? Now, I don't. If she does it so eloquently and amazingly, and honestly, if you haven't watched her speech, please go. She talks for 10 minutes, I think, 15 minutes, somewhere along those lines. But it's absolutely worth it to go listen to her, and listen to Larry Elder afterwards. But you recognize that she's right. There is a sickness in this country, and it's not. I don't even want to say it anymore. Whatever's been going on for the past year and a half, I don't know if I even believe it anymore. But it's the division that's being pushed by the mainstream media, by the Democrats, by the people that want us divided, so we're not aiming our anger at the true powers that are in control, that are making all these decisions, with one of their faces being Gavin Newsom, which is why Rose has stood up. Thank you, Rose. Thank you for this. We need more people with your strength to do exactly what you did. Stand up and call out these, she called him hair gel from the Bahamas, because his wife actually said, "Hey, I'm in the Bahamas now," in an email, like that meant something, and she kind of made fun of it a little bit. But then she called him hair gel from the Bahamas, because these people don't care. And I'm gonna talk about 9/11 in a little bit, and I'm gonna show you the hypocrisy that these people have. They don't care about the little people, and we're all little people to them. All of us, every single one of us. If we're not in their crew, George Carlin said it best. I don't remember exactly the way he said it, but there's a big, huge club, and you're not in it. Rest in peace, George. You're sorely missed. Can you imagine what he would be saying right now? He'd be standing up there right next to her, calling all these people out. Yeah. You gotta look at someone with that kind of strength and admire that strength. It's amazing to see, because I mean, sexual abuse in any form is terrible, and when it is from someone, I mean, I don't know that full story. She doesn't elaborate in this, and I don't know much about Rose besides what I've been learning over the past couple days. I've always known about her. I've known about her Me Too movements and, little things here and there, from her spouts against Alyssa Milano, who I enjoy watching anyone rag on, because she's, my goodness, she's one of the people she's talking about. She's one of the people that is gangrenous on our Constitution, on our freedoms, on our rights, on our fellow man. Whatever happened to like being friendly to everyone? I grew up in those days. I remember those days. That was normal to me. Everyone's cool until you cross me, and then I'm gonna remember it, and even then I'll give you another chance. But then when you cross me again, it's like, dude, you're done, you're cut off, but you gotta just, I don't know, I'm so sick of this race talk, this gender talk, like all these things. Martin Luther King taught that it's not about the characteristics of your skin. It's the character that counts, who you are that counts. Anyone can be cool and anyone can be terrible. But I'll tell you what, when I see someone standing up and pointing at all the terrible people out there and saying, "Wake up and realize who the terrible people are," I love seeing it. I'll tell you that. So yeah, again, thank you, Rose. I appreciate that.